you guys depressed? Do you hate your life because you're obese like me? Do you look at yourself in the mirror when you get up and you're like, holy crap, how did you get so fat? And you realize the Twinkie box next to your computer. And then you see all you do is play this game. Has it become a struggle for you to move your fingers like me? Well, then don't worry. I got a build for you. Because I've been stuck in this stupid basement for far too long. And the reason why is because I pushed my Grammy down a flight of stairs and she's locked me in here. She still has never forgiven me. And she throws me this Twinkie box every once in a while. Besides my life and how devastating all of this is, we don't care. I got a build for you. It's called the Oshia piercing build, where you don't have to do anything but be extremely obese. You can literally just roly-poly around the boss and then throw a dragon combo at him. And it's that easy. Let's dive into this build video now, so you guys can be doing damage like this and being 5,000 pounds.
Now that we're in the base of operations and my little huddle, base camp, whatever you want to call it, we can see right here, it's the bow. All right, let's go ahead and dive into the actual gear. We're going to be using the Griefbringer bow. It's got one of the highest damage numbers in the game, so that's the bow that we're using. We're also going to be using a 2-piece of the Numinous set, the head and chest piece, along with the G. Arkveld arms, and then we're going to be using a 2-piece of Gore, Exploit Charm 2, and Corrupted Mantle. This is a dragon piercing build, so this is just going to do a ton of damage the way that we have everything set up. And if you actually look at the actual active skills, we have Critical Boost 3, we along with Weakness Exploit level 5, Constitution 5, and Agitator 5, Antivirus 3, level 2 Counterattack, and Adrenaline Rush, and then Divine Blessing and Recovery Speed. That's the whole. Those are all the stats that we have for this. And let's go ahead and take a look at the actual gems. So we're using Critical Jewel 3, Piercing Jewel, and True Shot. This is going to give us a ton of damage on this Dragon Piercing build. And then we're going to be running Tenderizer for that last point that we needed for Weakness Exploit. The Counter Jewel is really good because whenever you get knocked back, it's going to give you a damage boost. And so if you get hit by the boss and get knocked on your Tootie, you are going to get a damage boost, and this is going to be really beneficial to you. Then we're running a Protection Jewel here, and then we're running Challenger, which is the Agitator that we needed. We needed 2 of those to get to the max level of Agitator, which is a really big damage boost. It's like 15 affinity and 20 attack whenever the boss enrages, which every boss like enrages in this game pretty quickly. And so you get a really good long boost from that. Now we are running 3 physique jewels here. Now technically you could get rid of these 3 and put in 2 protections to get Divine Blessing maxed out, and then you could also throw in like a dragon resistance if you wanted to for more survivability, because we're not really needing that much constitution when it comes to this build, but it's just something I'm running. But you could technically run this build with like 2 more protections to get to that level 3, and then also throw on like a dragon jewel or whatever resistance you're running when it comes to a boss, and then that's what it would look like there. Then we're running counterattack, so if you happen to get a perfect dodge, you're going to get a damage boost, and then the counter jewel for that level 2 that we need right there. And what's nice about the counter jewel is it will refresh whenever you get knocked back. So let's say there's only 10 seconds left and you happen to get knocked back, it will refresh it if it's like level 1 above, I believe. So level 2, you should get a refresh on it. And then we're running the Challenger jewel, like I was saying, for Agitator, and then 2 Saints, so that way we get the antivirus to level 3, which cleanses us from Frenzy from the 2-piece Gore set. And that is essentially the build. Now, the thing that I want to show you, this way you can use any mantle that you want whenever you're fighting the boss, is one thing that we can do is we can actually come over here to the crafting list, and we can come over to this, and we can craft these Farcasters. And what this does is when you press this, it will instantly take you to the nearest tent that you're by. And what's really nice about this, when we're going up against Oshia, you can literally press this. It will get you out of danger. If you're about to die, you could press it and you could just grab another mantle. So you can just go through and swap out your mantle. After you press it, you can just click on all these mantles. So literally you could use every mantle in the fight, depending on how long the fight is, because these other mantles aren't on cooldown if you swap to them. So you could do that really easily. Another thing I would suggest is actually having it so it's set up on your actual menu. So like I have mine set up like this, to where I have 2 ancient potions right here and a max potion,
with my mega potions, and then I have my Farcaster right here, so that way you could just click it really quickly if you need to. Something to do to think about setting up for it. Now with this boss, you also have to realize that nothing is actually like the boss. He doesn't have a ton of stuff. So for example, like this is what I have set up for the boss, because we can't trap him, we can't capture him, we can't do any of that stuff. We are just running pretty much basic things because we don't need a bunch of stuff to be cluttered in that boss fight. So this is the actual loadout that I use for that boss. Now let's talk about the other thing that you need to know about when you're going up against Oshia. What you want to do is you're going to want to come to the hub. You're going to want to come over to the mill selection, and we're going to click on Colorful Suja Cuisine. This is going to give us a buff. Caprice Mill High. This is going to give us a random large temporary attack boost at random intervals. This is what we definitely want. This is how we get those giant numbers. This is going to be so amazing. So you're going to want to come over here, and you're actually going to want to get this mill before you go into those fights. It will help you out a lot with the damage numbers. Now, you don't necessarily have to have this, but when you do get this to proc, the damage that you can do is through the roof. It makes the fat kids scream like milkshakes are coming into the yard. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys around in the next video. If you guys like this type of content, smash that like button and let me know what you guys want to see next. I love you. If this video helped you out, take out Oshia, then let me know down below in the comments and consider sharing this video. Anyways, I'll see you guys around in the next one. You silly goose.